Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. Today, quite a general crypto overview, but we got a ton of really important subjects that I recommend you guys to check out. So watch this video all the way to the end so you don't miss out on any important stuff. And guys, the question of today is, do you think Bitcoin will hit 10K again? And if you do, when do you think it's going to happen? What is your short-term prediction? Let us know in the comment section down below. I really think it's going to be interesting to see what everybody's thinking on the Bitcoin price. And also, if you are enjoying these daily crypto videos, please guys, support the channel by pressing the like button and subscribing. It doesn't hurt you at all. It helps me out a ton. So if you could do that, that would be amazing. Now, the first tweet of the day is on a coin that a lot of you guys don't like, but it's something that I've always loved. It's, of course, XRP. And again, guys, this video will have all cryptos in there, trust me, so it's going to be a good one. However, this was quite a trendy subject, and I thought I should let you guys know as soon as possible, just because of the impact that it has been having on the community. It's a tweet from Jack the Rippler. He says, boom, Visa files a new patent to create digital currency and track it on the blockchain. Visa mentions Ripple in that patent. Everybody will use XRP. And then also a link to earlier was when Visa acquired Ripple partner Earthport. However, I believe that this was already quite a long time ago. Here you can see 1 year ago. But it's kind of like putting all the puzzle pieces together. However, I just checked through the article and I checked through as many sources that I can find, and nowhere does it really state that they'll be doing anything with Ripple whatsoever. They just mentioned them. And even in the article that he links, if we scroll down to the bottom a little bit, it says here, although Visa mentions Ripple, it is unclear whether Visa will integrate Ripple's solutions in any way. And that's kind of where I'm leaving you guys by stating that this could be great. It's really good that they're getting connected in more and more ways. However, this mention specifically might be good because, Ripple's getting mentioned by Visa, which is, I guess, a good thing, but might not necessarily mean anything for XRP directly, right? It might mean something in the longer run because, Visa kind of acknowledging Ripple as an entity, and, it kind of shows legitness. If you guys know the meme, that's legitness. But in real price, I don't really know if this is going to make any difference. Maybe later on, for Ripple, if they go to IPO, this might matter. However, at this point, I don't think it does that much, just because there's no real connection between XRP in this direct sense and Visa, as when they're making their own currency, which, again, to summarize, Visa files a new patent to create a digital currency and track it on the blockchain, and Visa mentions Ripple in the patent. If they make their own digital currency, that would not necessarily be beneficial for XRP. It could be, but it's not necessarily beneficial, as they could also be competitors in this. So, we're going to be seeing as more info rolls out. I don't have all the info today, though, so we're going to be seeing as more and more comes out. Top crypto analyst says XRP may have bottomed and 70 cents is possible. In a recent analysis, Magic Poop Cannon postulates that XRP may have bottomed and ready to retest 77 cents. And I already know from just the title alone that this is pretty BS, pretty bullshit. And when I checked here the name, I was like, yep, all right, let's ignore this, right? Because what I'm telling you guys very often is that there's like 80% of the articles over on the internet, or even 80% of the crypto articles, yeah, they're just basically bullocks created either for clicks or for followers, or I don't even know what for, because they're just price predictions that are either making no sense or are theoretically possible and might look like a solid analysis, however, have a small or very slim chance of occurring, and in the end might not make a difference to all of y'all or all of us. Now here again, it's a very specific type of analysis, and you can look at it in a way in which it will work, right? I'll tell you that much. It can work. However, the likelihood is small, and thus I'm like, yeah, because we're talking here about if the falling wedge resolves, XRP could go as high as 77 cents. However, that is if we go to the complete most upper part of it, which again is like saying, yeah, if all goes well, we'll go back to all-time high. If we get a run like a couple years ago, we're going to go back to all-time high. It's just too simple to say, and it doesn't really add anything, I find. All right. Monero will soon be removed from BitThumb. I saw a lot of people get really sad over this, as this has been getting quite a lot of attention. Now, BitThumb and Monero have not been having a great relationship. At least that's what I've noticed. And especially the community was insanely angry. Oh. Wow, they were really angry. And I don't want to read exactly what this is all for. You can read it if you just look at where my mouse is right now. I don't want to say that in the video out loud though, because YouTube does not like that. It says it all in here and you can quickly say it. But basically it's because Monero is just so private. It's so private that a lot of these illegal guys or people that want to do sketchy things, they use it. And that's why BitThumb doesn't like him that much. That's what I personally find to it. Like they're saying here, it's not due to its privacy aspects, but rather because it's used to buy and sell things. But of course, those things are being bought and sold because of the privacy things. So, you can relate it back to that. Crypto Twitter tries and fails at explaining Bitcoin to J.K. Rowling. So J.K. Rowling, very known for writing the Harry Potter books, the critically acclaimed author of Harry Potter series, J.K. Rowling, tweeted that she would like to understand Bitcoin. Crypto Twitter responded with numerous explanations. A fake Twitter account mimicking the author claimed to have purchased Bitcoin. In the end, J.K. Rowling still does not understand it. So that comes because Lee Qan says, if she ever pings me, I will, pass away from happiness. J.K. Rowling then replied and said, I don't understand Bitcoin, please explain it to me. Now, I don't know exactly, why they even took this earlier tweet, but that may be because it's a reply, but I personally think this could have been a standalone thing. And a lot of discussions went on. Everybody went to state a lot of different pieces of info. Justin Sun said something. The team at Gemini Exchange said something. Vitalik said something. Winklevoss, Udi Wertheimer. Tons of people, all right? And Elon Musk even replied because J.K. Rowling later said, people are now explaining Bitcoin to me, and honestly, it's blah, blah, blah collectibles like My Little Pony, blah, blah, blah computers, got one of those, blah, blah, blah cryptos, sound creepy, blah, 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 understand the risks, I don't though. Elon Musk said, pretty much, although massive currency issuance by government central banks is making Bitcoin internet, money look solid by comparison. Pretty much, although massive currency issuance by government central banks is making Bitcoin internet, internet spooky money looks solid by comparison. Oh, okay. So basically because the government, is putting in a lot of freaking money, making the dollar kind of worthless or possibly getting inflation to go do some crazy stuff rather soon. And again, there's a lot of different theories about that and a lot of different economic models which could sketch a certain path. However, I think that this whole relief is going to be a really sticky situation. And we're going to be seeing that as the time rolls by here, as more money goes in. It just depends as well on whether or not the people are going to be spending the money or not. Really, that's going to make one of the major differences here. Whether all the people that get those stimulus checks actually decide to spend as much or more, or decide to go live like hermits and never spend anything anymore. That's going to make a major difference, as well as how quickly those industries come back up. But more on that, I normally explain on my finance channel, not on the crypto channel, because it's more traditional finance, basically. But yeah, that's why it's stating that Bitcoin or internet money is looking a lot more solid right now, just because of all that. And she later said, this started out as a joke, but I'm now afraid I'll never be able to log into Twitter again without someone getting angry I don't own Bitcoin. One day you'll see a wizened old woman in the street trying to trade a Harry Potter book for a potato. Be kind, she did try to understand. And that's pretty funny. I guess she doesn't understand yet. She'll try. Most likely, she didn't really try because, she got the best guys in the realm to explain it. Yet, she didn't give a shit, I believe. But it was a cool gesture. It was a cool idea. Bitcoin's Q3 hash rate explodes on FTX Futures Exchange. FTX Exchange launched Hashrate futures, and the futures are priced on an index 0 to 100. FTX Exchange is the first platform to offer Bitcoin futures on Bitcoin's hash rate, and I didn't even know that was a thing, but yeah, basically they're the first to do it, so yeah, that's basically why. But that's pretty cool. Another little piece of, adoption, or I guess another piece of progression. FTX exchange recently became the first exchange to offer Bitcoin futures on Bitcoin's Hashrate. Expectations for the network's Hashrate next quarters are rising, and today FTX Exchange launched their Hashrate futures. It functions much like any other future marketplace and allows miners to hedge risk. The futures are also priced on an index of 0 to 100, according to a new announcement. The index is calculated as follows. Take each block that is mined during the quarter, take the difficulty for that block, average those difficulties together, divide it by 1 trillion. Bitcoin's outlook is bright as it trades above key cloud formation. Just want to go through the key points here. Bitcoin appears to have entered a firm consolidation phase within the mid 9,000 region following the latest rejection at 10,000. In spite of signs of weakness that Bitcoin has flashed through the past several days, it is important to keep in mind that it has sustained above multiple key technical levels. And it now appears that the crypto could be well positioned to see further upside, but there is one key resistance level that must be firmly surmounted. And again, a little piece of what we just saw. Elon Musk to J.K. Rowling, massive money printing by central banks, making Bitcoin look solid. The worst is yet to come for altcoins as capitulation is expected soon. That's just another analyst here. Josh Olszewicz says on Twitter, Golden Cross on BTCD, rip alt season because, well, we're going to get messed up right here and Bitcoin season is coming. It's a possibility. It's a possibility, guys. It's definitely a possibility. And then last but not least, Bitcoin's is out. Oh, wait, I just got it open twice. All right. Oh, well, then that was the last piece of the puzzle for today. All right, a ton of cool stuff. Really interesting episode, I personally find. J.K. Rowling getting into crypto. That makes you think about it, doesn't it? You know, like, what's going to happen if she were to buy crypto? And what's going to happen if Elon Musk says right now, like, all right, I've switched over. The full jets are on Bitcoin or XRP or crypto for that matter. What would happen if one of these very influential people were to just switch over and really start adopting or really start showing their support for the currency? I'm really wondering what the effect of that would be. However, it's going to be impossible to speculate as people act irrational all the time. They do crazy things. And we don't know whether or not, one person can make a big difference. For example, it could also be the case that Cristiano Ronaldo says right now, I'm going to get into Bitcoin, and nobody would do anything because most of the followers are kids, possibly. But it could also be that, a guy like Elon Musk or Tim Cook or something like that, or Jeff Bezos were to say, I am buying Bitcoin right now, and it were to spike to the moon. It could really be. I think it depends a little bit on the audience as well and the amount of influence they have in the tech realm more so. Because I just think if a footballer were to buy Bitcoin, it would get more attention because, of course, Cristiano Ronaldo also has, I think maybe like most followers on Instagram. I don't know if that's real, but possibly. So it would definitely get the most amount of people, but maybe not the most niche people. And maybe that's kind of where it's going to lack. But also in the end, it might also be that even if Elon Musk were to go fully bullish on Bitcoin right now, like fully, that it might not make a difference. I don't know. It's very hard to say. On Tesla, he has a huge influence whenever he says something crazy, but I don't know if it will be the same for Bitcoin. And a couple of those other questions to sometimes think about, like, what if J.K. Rowling were to now say, like, yeah, it sounds good, I'm buying? Or what's going to even happen if the feds keep going on with the printing like this? If they got to keep continuing on printing trillions of dollars, And what can we kind of do if the dollar really becomes valueless? Like, are we that are buying crypto? Are we now like the real goats of the society, where we're the only ones like kind of hedging for everything, or kind of making sure our assets are safe and that we have some purchasing power in the end? Because this is all going to go to doom, or are they going to save themselves all the time? I saw somebody say interest rates have dropped below zero already. Has it already happened, or is it going to be happening? A very crazy time, a lot of questions. More about that is going to be answered as we go through all these videos. I have a ton of content to bring to you guys. Mostly on my 5-minute crypto channel and Dusty Finance are we going to go into these type of subjects, though, as they're more, abstract, a little bit stranger, a little bit more economic, more so than crypto. But take care, everybody. Have a nice, very, very nice day. Have a nice, weekend for whatever it's left. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Take care, everybody, and have a very, very nice day.